Welcome to Buddha's Path. Learn and practice Buddhism, a sanctuary where ancient wisdom meets the modern heart. Today's reflection begins with a paradox. What if the secret to peace and happiness is learning to stop caring so much? Not in a cold or careless way, but in the deep, liberating sense of letting go, of control, of expectations, of resistance. In Buddhism, to stop caring does not mean to stop loving. It means to stop grasping, to release the weight of constant wanting, and to allow life to flow as it truly is. Most of us spend our days caring too much about how people see us, about what might happen, about whether things will turn out the way we hope. We fight against uncertainty, clinging to outcomes we can never fully control. This constant caring becomes suffering, because every expectation creates tension. When life moves differently from our plan, we feel pain. The Buddha called this craving, tanha, the root of all suffering. To crave means to want reality to be other than it is. But when we let go, we stop fighting the current, and we discover that the river of life carries us effortlessly toward peace. Letting go begins with seeing clearly. The Buddha taught that everything is impermanent, anicca. Every joy, every loss, every relationship, every breath, all arise and pass away. When we forget this truth, we try to hold on to what cannot stay. We become anxious, desperate, and tired. The more we try to control life, the more it slips through our fingers. But when we open our hands, when we stop clutching, life flows naturally. The river does not need to be pushed. It simply moves. There's an old story told by the Buddha about a man who wanted to cross a river. He built a strong raft from wood and vines and used it to reach the other shore. Once there, he wondered if he should carry the raft on his back, since it had served him so well. The Buddha said, "No, wise man, leave the raft behind. It was useful for crossing, but now it is a burden." Our attachments, worries, and even our good intentions are like that raft. They may help us at one stage, but clinging to them only weighs us down later. Letting go is wisdom in motion. We often think that caring deeply is proof of love, but in truth, love without wisdom becomes attachment. We care not because we want others to be free, but because we want them to fulfill our emotional needs. When they don't, we suffer. The Buddha's way teaches us to care from compassion, not attachment, to love like a lotus flower loves the sun, open and radiant, but never grasping the light. True compassion arises when we can hold someone in our heart and still let them walk their own path. Letting go is not passive. It's not about giving up on life. It's about trusting life. It's the courage to stop forcing and start flowing. When you stop caring about controlling everything, you begin to care in the right way, calmly, wisely, peacefully. The universe has its own rhythm. The Buddha called it Dhamma, the natural law that governs all things. When you align with this flow instead of fighting it, life starts to feel lighter. You realize you don't need to chase, because what is meant for you will come, and what is not meant for you will leave. No matter how tightly you hold, overthinking is one of the biggest obstacles to letting go. The mind wants to fix, predict, and analyze every detail. But as the Buddha said, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. The more we try to make sense of every outcome, the more tangled we become in our own thoughts. Letting go is like loosening a knot. It cannot be forced. It must be done gently, with patience and awareness. Each time your mind clings to a worry, simply notice it. Breathe deeply. Tell yourself, this too shall pass. With every mindful breath, the knot weakens and the flow returns. Letting go also means releasing our need to be understood or approved. Many people suffer not from what happens, but from the stories they tell themselves about what others think. In truth, no one can fully understand your path, just as you cannot fully understand theirs. Every being walks with their own karma, their own lessons, their own unfolding. When you stop caring about being seen, you begin to see yourself more clearly. You stop performing, stop pleasing, and start simply being. The Buddha often compared the mind to a clear lake. When we stir it with our worries, it becomes muddy and we cannot see the reflection of truth. When we stop stirring, when we stop caring so intensely about everything, the water settles, and wisdom appears on its own. Life too becomes clearer when we allow stillness to return. You don't need to force clarity, you just need to stop disturbing it. Think about a leaf floating on a stream. It moves without effort, carried by the current. It doesn't resist the bends or rocks in the river. It simply flows. This is the image of letting go. To live like the leaf is to trust that life knows where to take you. Sometimes you'll be in calm water. Sometimes in rapids. Both are part of the same journey. When you stop caring about where the stream leads and simply surrender to it, you begin to taste real freedom. So many people chase happiness as if it's a goal to achieve. But in Buddhism, happiness is the natural state that arises when suffering ceases, and suffering ceases when attachment ends. The less you try to hold on, the lighter your heart becomes. When you let go, you don't lose control. You gain harmony. You begin to act, speak, and live with grace instead of struggle. Letting go can be practiced every day. When you wake up, instead of worrying about what might happen, say silently, "Whatever comes today, I welcome it." When something doesn't go your way, smile softly and remember, this too is part of the flow. When someone disappoints you, instead of closing your heart, open it wider and release them. Letting go is not a single act. It's a continuous art of surrender, moment by moment. In meditation, you can practice this by watching your thoughts like clouds drifting through the sky. You don't chase them, and you don't resist them. You simply let them come and go. In time, you realize the sky was never disturbed. Only your attention was. That sky is your true mind, vast, open, and unbothered. Every thought, emotion, or problem is just passing weather. One day, you will look back and smile at all the things you once tried to control. You will see that life had its own perfect timing all along. The people who left were meant to leave. The moments that broke you were meant to open you. When you stop caring so much about forcing outcomes, you begin to witness the quiet intelligence of the universe guiding you toward peace. Letting go does not make you weak. It makes you free. You stop being a prisoner of fear and become a participant in the great dance of existence. You begin to move like water, soft yet powerful, humble yet unstoppable. The Buddha said, "If you let go a little, you will have a little peace. If you let go a lot, you will have a lot of peace. If you let go completely, you will know complete peace." So breathe, trust the unfolding. You don't need to know how everything will turn out. You just need to let it flow. Life has carried you this far, and it will continue to carry you. The less you care about controlling it, the more you'll feel its gentle rhythm leading you exactly where you need to be. Thank you for joining us today on Buddha's Path. Learn and practice Buddhism. If this reflection touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Together, let's continue walking the path of mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom, learning not to fight the current, but to flow with it. May you be happy, may you be free, may you be at peace.